In 2015, Austria introduced border controls due to the high number of refugees. Wrongly so, the European Court of Justice has now decided. This could also have an impact on Germany, by the way. The border checks introduced between Austria and Slovenia during the major refugee movement in 2015 are likely to be contrary to European law. In a judgment on Tuesday, the European Court of Justice, the ECJ, pointed out that states may only extend such checks in the event of a new serious threat to their public order or their internal security. In the present case, Austria does not seem to have demonstrated that there is a new threat, they said. However, a final decision rests with the responsible court in Austria. The Austrian federal government has taken note of the verdict, said a spokesman for the Federal Ministry of the Interior on request. The evaluation and examination of any impact on the temporary internal border checks and ordered by Austria or by Germany at the German-Austrian land border is ongoing, and Germany is conducting that as well. Actually, there are no stationary identity checks at the borders in the Schengen area, to which 26 European countries belong. In recent years, however, several countries have used an exception and partially reintroduced border checks. Germany has been checking the border with Austria since autumn 2015 after tens of thousands of refugees and other migrants made their way from Greece to Western Europe via the Balkan route. Migration pressure on Germany has been increasing significantly since last year, so it would be negligent to let the controls expire, said the deputy leader of the union faction, Andrea Lindholz from the CSU. In addition, the G7 summit in Elmau is taking place in Bavaria this year. The Greens' domestic politician Marcel Emmerich, on the other hand, spoke out in favor of ending the checks, which would expire on May 11th without an extension. The member of the Bundestag said, repeatedly reflexively demanding new border checks and arbitrarily extending existing ones not only does not solve any problems, but also violates European law, he said. The Federal Ministry of the Interior said that the decision for or against a possible renewed extension of the checks had not yet been made. The background to the decision of the European Court of Justice is a procedure in which a Slovene twice refused to show his passport after the introduction of checks at the border with Austria. He received a fine of 36 euros for this. However, the plaintiff was of the opinion that the checks violated EU law and sued in a court in Austria. And Austria's Minister of the Interior, Gerhard Kahner, pointed out that his country was severely affected by migration and that many people had entered the country illegally again this year. If it is necessary to protect the population and the borders, then we will continue to do so in the future, he said at a meeting with his Czech counterpart, Vít Rakušan, in Prague. According to a document by the EU Commission, the federal government has repeatedly justified the checks with so-called secondary migration from one EU country to another and with the situation at EU's external borders. In its judgment, the court now points out that the Schengen area is one of the greatest achievements of the EU. The reintroduction of internal border checks must therefore remain an exception and should only be used as a last resort, the ECJ said. And talking about the ECJ, on my channel Outside Views EU, because right now you're here on the channel on European politics, but on my channel Outside Views EU, link in the description, I will explain for everyone who's not really sure about it, what is the Schengen area. And that video I will make for next week. There will be one video a week, and for next week I will do the Schengen area. I'll see you there or here in my next video. Bis gleich.